What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. So we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it's going down by the title. We got another explosion on the set. Fox News the 5. We got Fox News host Jessica Tarlov absolutely losing. She's getting wrapped up in that reality, that false reality she lives in, that Trump derangement syndrome, clouding up her view of what's actually going on. Good thing we've got Greg Gutfeld, Judge Jeanine here to bring her back to reality, snap her back into shape. This newest segment. I'm excited to get into it, see how the exchange went down. So we're gonna get straight into it, save my thoughts, guys. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you one thing, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it, y'all.
Your thoughts on their lack of syncing?
Well, first of all, let me make a generic comment.
Okay.
This guy, Roe, is he's a bureaucratic, bloviating BSer. Okay, all he says is, yeah, we made mistakes. It was a bad day, but we really don't know what happened. Are you kidding me? It's been 20 days since a former president was literally shot. And you have no answers. And if there were policy violations, a person will be held accountable. You can't figure out if there were policy violations. Was there a staging area? Was there a meeting? Who was in charge of communications? I don't want to hear from you because you only want to save your job. I want to hear from the heads of the different departments that were involved in the threat assessment assignments, in the personnel assignments, and whether or not individuals who were on the ground had any communication with the Secret Service on the stage, because even the Secret Service was in danger because of the ineptitude of this guy. And I don't want to hear from him anymore. He has no answers. A 20-year-old outsmarted the United States Secret Service, which apparently is a $3 billion federal agency. I don't want to go over it again. The kid's on the roof. He's walking on the roof. People are yelling. There's a guy on a roof. The kid got the gun there. The Secret Service refused to have a drone with the locals. There was no local cops have a staging area. Local cops have communications where we're on the same frequencies. It's outrageous. And I think this guy's
Judge Jeanine's feeling like all of us other fellow American, Eric First Patriots out here, just like we're fed up with the, excuses, the baloney they're throwing at us. You hear Judge Jeanine almost slipping up. You can hear she's going, guys. And that's why I always can support Judge Jeanine. She's going to give you, straight from the heart how she feels, backed up by facts. Judge Jeanine, go off. There you go.
It's outrageous. And I think this guy's got to go. I can't even. Yeah. I can't say it. I can't because I can't say it on television.
Well, you have said it, so we got your meaning.
Did you get the meaning?
I got it. Loud and clear. Could we play the thought about the drones?
We did not have a drone on site. We did not put a drone up.
That right there, fire him. Right there, that first statement, we did not put a drone up. We did not have a drone on site. Fire him. Because even the 20-year-old kid had a drone on site, guys. So he knows the basic surveillance methods, tactics. Even our Secret Service isn't performing the basic level. Come on, fire him right there. That first point, we didn't have our drones on site. You failed. You didn't show up to school with your notebook and pencil. Like, that's basic stuff. Come on now.
We did not have a drone on site. We did not put a drone up. Based on the information I have right now, I am aware that there was a request from a local agency to offer to fly a drone on that day, and that is also part of the mission assurance review that I've asked to get some better insight in. One of the other changes that I implemented when I became the acting director is we are now going to leverage the use of unmanned aerial systems at sites now.
Do you feel relieved now, Jesse, that we're going to use some drones?
Why, if someone's offering you a free drone, do you turn it down? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Hey, here's a drone so you can spy on the people trying to kill the president. No thanks. It doesn't make any sense. He also said, Jessica, this was the first time they've ever had counter snipers for Donald Trump this election. They didn't use them in the Bronx.
I was going to say that's scary because think about the trail that Donald Trump has taken. Like, yeah, Jesse Waters already on it. Like, he was in the Bronx, guys. Like, but I mean, he got so much love and support. That's why when it happened in Pennsylvania, I was was so shocked. I'm like, oh my goodness, Trump has been getting so much love on the trail. The campaign trail has been looking great, sweet. Everyone's been welcoming him open arms. We've seen it multiple times. Even the Chick-fil-A workers, Joe Biden tried to recreate that. Then we seen him in the Bronx after his court cases, the legality he was going through in what was it? Yeah, the state of New York, guys. He just pulls up and he was getting everyone's open arms. Everyone. Knocked my water over. But yeah, open arms, guys. Sorry about that.
Had counter snipers for Donald Trump this election. They didn't use them in the Bronx when he had high rises surrounding him in the Bronx. They didn't have any counter snipers in the Bronx. In Wildwood, New Jersey, with 100,000 people by the coastline, and the boardwalk didn't have any counter snipers. This was the first time Donald Trump, this election cycle, ever had counter snipers. And they're saying that it was only because there was an Iranian threat against his life. There has been an Iranian threat against his life since he waxed Soleimani. So I don't even believe that. I believe that they denied this, and all of these whistleblowers are saying these were denied requests. There was another whistleblower that said that there was a request for Secret Service threat assessment agents, and that guy, Rowe, the BSer, as Judge so politely describes him, personally cut these Secret Service agents that were supposed to do the threat assessment. That is absolutely crazy. And how do you not know there's a guy on the roof and you're using text messaging? It's a $3 billion agency, and guy on a roof with gun. What? That's not how you communicate.
Is that actually how because they said they didn't have any radio communication. So like, how else were they communicating? That is a very good point that Jesse Water brings up right there. Guys, they were communicating, had to have been smoke signal or a pigeon bird. Like, no way. Like, how else were you communicating? And then you're supposed to drop phone, pick up? No. Oh my, the negligence that, was performed that we seen on that day, just out of this world, guys. It just, all signs are pointing to that almost obvious that this was a setup. Like, you're telling me no radio communications at all. Even our local PD used radio communication. So, I mean, this is the basics of the basics that were just dropped, left at home on that day, which just leaves us to wonder who was the one dropping the ball and who was allowing all these federal agents, these Secret Service teams, just drop the ball so much. I don't know, guys. This is hard to believe this was an accident. I mean, like, come on.
Guy on a roof with gun. What? That's not how you communicate.
Jimmy, do you think that there will be a change in the way that campaigning is going to happen through the rest of the election?
I hope not, because I think it demonstrates weakness on the world stage that we can't protect our own leaders on our own homeland. Like, if they're not safe here, we're not safe here. And what are we saying to the world now? We don't run this joint anymore. But don't worry, because the acting director is actually giving Trump this new technology. It's called a scarecrow. They're going to have a scarecrow at every rally, and it'll spook off the street. I mean, it's so embarrassing to me that nobody gets fired. I think it's the biggest problem with government and the best argument between having a private sector guy in there. A guy in the private sector, the CEO doesn't want to own anyone else's failures downstream. So you fire them just for your own credibility with the people you're trying to lead. And this, nobody gets fired. You know what I mean? Generals didn't get fired in Afghanistan. Mayorkas should be gone for the border. Kim Cheadle only stepped down because they heard the new headquarters has a sloped roof. Okay, the point is, fire people. It just demonstrates weakness all the way across the board. And I hate admitting to the world that we're not safe and we don't know what we're doing. It's gross.
Kenny, what do you think?
I think he's Kim Cheadle in a tie. I think his answers are just as unsatisfactory and unserious. But according to these whistleblowers, he actually had more of a hand in neutering the technology that could have been utilized by the Secret Service. Not just drones, but also, the program throughout. He made these massive cuts. And it makes you go, oh, maybe there's a reason you have all of this technology so you can communicate, so you can see everything that's going on. And we are learning that one of those drones could have spotted and neutralized the shooter. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Neither am I.
But I'm fascinated by the concept because
what they say they had the drones that could have spotted and neutral. Now, guys, that type of technology right there is, I'm trying to comprehend, get it in my head right now, but oh my goodness. Guys, they had drones with M16s they could have been using. Could have been protecting Donald Trump. The drones could have been flying around with M16s, guys. That's all I can get in my head. Like, they turned down drones. That's the coolest thing bro, come on now. I want to see that. Like, come on, bro.
As the shooter, I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Neither am I.
But I'm fascinated by the concept because, I want to know more about the technology. But we're also learning more about the agency itself from the whistleblowers who are either in the agency and are worried about retaliation and are coming forward to senators like Josh Hawley anonymously, and people who used to be senior agents, and they're the ones who are saying, this is what we've been screaming about for years. These shoddy hiring practices, this forced DEI, the nepotism, the agents or, prospective agents who fail polygraph tests but are somehow whisked right into the agency when they don't have the background, the proper training, and they shouldn't be the ones who are protecting the lives of presidents, vice presidents, former presidents, and their families. And it's not a Republican issue. Democrats should be scared as well. You better make damn sure that you are protecting these people at these campaign events, and they're also not saying, man, we are.
Hey, Kennedy draws a very great point there, saying that, I didn't even think about that. Maybe it is the hiring process that is the reason why we're getting so many slip ups, because all this stuff just seems so basic or introductory, elementary processes of, protecting an asset. You're supposed to canvass the area, survey. They missed it, dropped the ball on that, radio communication, no communication whatsoever. Just, it's the smallest things and the things that you would just, it's common sense, common sense, especially when you're supposed to be the Secret Service. But maybe the hiring process, guys, they're doing a DEI, they're just inviting anybody, whether your background fits or not, you pass or fail the polygraph, you're getting into, the agency. And I guess the higher, or not the higher up, but the elders, the seniors of the community, the Secret Service community are saying, hey, these young guys aren't fit. And I've been saying that for quite some time. It was only a matter of time for something like this happen where they dropped the ball and they screwed up serious, because we're supposed to be protecting some serious high level people. And, the threat level just grows and grows and grows. And if these people are, twiddling their thumbs, texting their phones, not really paying attention, someone can seriously get hurt, like we've seen not even a month ago in Butler, Pennsylvania, guys. Kennedy's drawn a great point. We got to go back to the hiring process. Who are we bringing into our agency, guys? Because, hiring your son may not always be beneficial. Just because your son doesn't mean he's fit to do your job, So got to look at the hiring process also, guys.
That you are protecting these people at these campaign events, and they're also not saying, man, we are rethinking everything. We are beefing things up. We have 5 layers where we only had 2 before, and this is where we really screwed up. But you're not hearing that. You're just hearing, the mission assurance, and we're giving it a little bit of a rethink. It's like, oh, I wonder why the Secret Service has a 30% approval rating. And this is the problem with federal law enforcement, because you have people on the ground and the FBI and the Secret Service and elsewhere who are warriors who want to do their jobs and want to do it well. Then you have these figureheads who screw everybody. They're only out for themselves, and they give entire agencies a bad name.
All right.
Other than that, I just
everything is fabulous.
It's a Bon Jovi song. You give Secret Service a bad name.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know that. That's what it was originally about.
Okay.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Fox News The 5 recalling that tragic day, Butler, Pennsylvania, not even a month ago, where the Secret Service just keeps coming out time and time again, more excuses. It just seems like it doesn't stop. We're almost a month out and they still haven't owned up to the fact that it's only them to blame. They need to work on their process. They need to, stop just hiring any and everybody off the street. You can't just hire your son, throw him in a Secret Service uniform and say, hey, he's ready for the job. The nepotism has to stop. The unqualifications need to stop. You need to hire people who actually fit the description that you're looking for. Just hiring them because you have to fill a spot or a quota does not make sense. That's how things like this happens, Judge Jeanine. Hearing that no one got fired behind, the whole Secret Service dropping the ball in the most major way, really shocking to me. I definitely think this whole Kim Cheeto in a tie guy definitely needs to, look further down the chain, down the line, and make sure there's no kinks in the process. People that would get in the way or cause problems with achieving the mission, people that would slow you down. We were looking at those folks who were sent to respond, and some of those folks on the stage that, Secret Service agents were not there, didn't look like they knew what they were doing or should have been up there trying to protect Donald Trump. So we need to go back. Kim Cheeto in the tie. He needs to go back and assess and look at those folks who was supposed to be on that detail and really think it out. Like, get rid and weed out the folks who just aren't fit. There may need to be another test or something like that, just to get a full scope of where we're at. Maybe we need a full cleanse in our Secret Service, because there is no way that something like this can happen again. The fact that they weren't even providing Donald Trump counter snipers and all these other, rallies on the campaign trail just really blows my mind. He had, historic numbers. Attendees that just pulled up at his rally with no type of protection whatsoever. It's definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Was this all a big misunderstanding, or was this all a part of a big setup? Hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share us out to as many Facebook friends as possible. You guys share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost you one thing, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. As we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.